Hey, good morning. It's December 6, 2021. Here's today's reading. It's titled The Littlest Elf. He is a little fella, isn't he? Let's find out about this story. I've never read it before. Oliver was an elf. He lived with his family in the North Pole. There were many elves in Santa's village, but Oliver was the littlest one. Look how little he is. It was Christmas time, and Oliver was so excited. This year, he would discover his special job at one of Santa's workshops. He just needed to visit each shop to see which one was the right fit. It's almost like reading a right fit book. At the toy shop where his mom worked, Oliver tried to make cuddly teddy bears, but he got lost in the huge stuffing pile. "Oliver!" an elf asked. Oliver's mom said, "I think you're too little for the toy shop. Why don't you try helping your dad at the bicycle workshop instead?" Oh, poor Oliver. Look at him right there. He got onto those duffins. So Oliver went to Santa's bicycle shop. "I'm ready to help," he said. Oliver watched as the elves added wheels and seats and handlebars and bells. But the tools were very big for Oliver's little hands. Oliver's dad told him, "You should visit your brother at the bakery next." Oh, poor Oliver. Just can't find that right job. Off Oliver went to the bakery. These elves made sugar plum cookies and candy cane squares. But when Oliver tried to stir the cookie dough, "Oliver, look out!" one of the elves shouted. He fell into a giant mixing bowl. "Sorry, Ole," his brother said. "You're too little for the bakery. Maybe your special job is at the bookmaker's shop." Oh, man, poor kiddo. Oliver arrived at last at Santa's workshop where his sister worked. The bookmakers there wrote amazing stories and drew wonderful pictures. "Oh, can I help?" Oliver asked. "Of course," the elves replied. But the ink pot was kind of tough to reach, and the stack of paper was very tall. "Oh, Ole," his sister cried. "Bookmaking was harder and messier than it looked." Oh, look at that mess. I wonder why his brother and sister call him Ole. I don't know. Oliver wandered through the North Pole. He was sad. Oliver knew there had to be one special job he could do, even if he was little. Then he heard the sounds of hooves clattering at the stables. Inside, a herd of reindeer had gathered to meet Dot, the new reindeer. She was little, just like Oliver. Oh, she's little, just like Oliver. And cute. Dot was very excited to help fly Santa's sleigh. She practiced for the big night by jumping and hopping and leaping, but she could not fly. The reindeer's mama gave her a gentle kiss. Dot was still too little. Can't help out, she's too small. Dot looked very, very sad. Oliver wanted to cheer her up. He dug in his pockets to find a treat for Dot, but instead he found little trinkets from each workshop he had visited. Just then, he had an idea. I wonder what his idea is going to be about. Do you have any guesses? I don't. Oliver and Dot used the tiny treasures to make ornaments, cards, and fun decorations for all the hard-working elves in the village. The littlest elf and the littlest reindeer filled his sleigh with their Christmas treats. They delivered their presents to all the workshops. The elves loved their special gifts. Oh, they made gifts for all the elves. Oh, they're so special. Soon, Santa came to see what all the fuss was about. He watched as Oliver and Dot made everyone smile. Suddenly, Santa had an idea. "Oliver and Dot," he said, "with your big hearts and great Christmas cheer, won't you be my very important helpers this year?" Important helpers? Ooh-wee. That sounds like fun. Oliver and Dot had found their special jobs after all, but more important, they had found a special friendship in each other. The end. I hope you enjoyed today's reading. I know I did.